The school themselves have their own painter. They have their own plumber. They have their own electrician. Because of the fact that all the different schools and all the different things that could go wrong, and instead of waiting for an outside source. Okay? So as far as maintenance and improvement go, if your business owns a building, you'll need people to clean and maintain the building. You may have your own maintenance department, or you may hire a service firm. The total cost of a particular maintenance job generally includes a labor charge. The labor charge is the cost of paying people who do the job. It is calculated on an hourly basis for each service person. In some cases, the cleaning and maintenance charge based on square footage. Okay, so the formula that they give you, it says total charge is going to be equal to your labor charge plus your materials charge. Now, in most cases, you're going to have to multiply a couple things together in order to get those different charges. Like the labor charge, for instance, if I say I'm going to pay Derek $10 an hour to vacuum all the carpet in this floor, the labor charge would be $10 times how many hours it took him to do that. Materials charge, last year I think it was up here, they painted the entire hallways. Is that last year? Yeah. Okay. Last year they painted the hallways on this floor. So what they would have to do for that is they'd have to take, roughly a gallon of paint is around $24 times by how many gallons he needed. And then that would be the materials charge. Okay? So that's what we may have to do in order to find the total charge. We may have to do some multiplying just so that you are aware of it before we can add. So, number one, it says 3 people worked 6 hours, each at $8.50 an hour. Okay, so figuring out the labor charge, if I take 6 times 8.5, that's how much it is for one person. But I hired 3 people to do the job. So if it's 8.5 times 6, first of all, it gives me what number? That's $53 per person. And if it's 3 people, I'd have to multiply that by 3. And what's 53 times 3? Okay, so that's my labor. Then, $9 gallons of paint at $24.85 per gallon. What's 9 times $24.85? 223.65. So if I want to figure out my total, I'm going to add those 2 pieces together. What?
6 times 8.5 is 51.
It is?
Yeah.
So if that's 51, then this should be 153?
Yeah.
Okay. So now what's 153 plus 223.65? 376.65. So, for instance, since it was a paint problem, if the school would have hired 3 people to do the job out here, and it would have required 9 gallons of paint, and they were going to get charged $8.50 an hour, that's how much it would have cost the school just to paint our hallways last year. Now, that didn't happen because there was only 1 person. Now, the gallons of paint might have been close, I would assume. However, there was only 1 person that does it, and I'm pretty sure he gets paid more than $8.50 an hour. Okay? And I know it took him more than 6 hours. He was up here for more like 6 weeks, in and out of schools doing a little bit here and a little bit there. So, number 2, What's the monthly charge for cleaning a 40-foot by 50-foot room at $4.50 per square foot per year? So, for instance, on that, when they're talking about cleaning, you're taking a 40 by 50-foot room. First of all, what's the square footage? How much? 2,000. So it's saying that I'm going to charge you $4.50 per square foot. Okay? So $4.50 at 2,000 square feet is how much money? How much? 9,000? Okay. Now, for that particular thing though, it said per year, and that would have been the yearly charge. Like if I had a 400 or 40 foot by 50 foot, which double the size of this room, roughly. Okay? So if you take this room plus another one just like it, like this one and that one, and that was what I was cleaning, I would charge $9,000 a year. The problem says, what's the monthly charge? So divided by 12. Good. What's 9,000 divided by 12? How much? 750. So I would get paid if I was the cleaning crew just to do this room and Mrs. Gibbons' room, $750 a month. Okay? That's what a cleaning crew might charge. Now, what is that involved? Who knows? Could be shampooing the carpets once a month. Could be doing a bunch of different things a month. But that's how monthly charges for cleaning stuff usually work. Okay? Then if you look at the chart from 3 through 5, it says time required, number of employees, and hourly rate equals labor charge. So to get part A for all of those, it even has the multiplication symbol in between each number. So what you do is you take 8 times 2 times $10.50, and that gives you part A. Then it says materials charged. So then you add, and it even gives you the adding symbol. How easy is that? And then you add whatever you get from A to that number to give you B. Do you want to do another one that has words? Number 6. A janitorial service cleans and maintains an office area measuring 30 feet by 40 feet. The contract calls for $5.50 per square foot annually. What's the monthly charge? So, for this particular thing, 30 times 40. First of all, let's figure out the square footage of what I'm cleaning. What's 30 times 40? $1,200. Okay? Then it says that I'm at $5.50 a square foot. Or $5.50, I should probably say it so that we don't get confused. So what's 1,200 times $5.50? How much? 6600. That's a little bit lower than 66,000. The 6,600 is just a little bit lower. Okay? Now that's the annual charge. We want to know how much you're going to get charged per month. So what do I got to do at the end? Divide it by 12. What if it doesn't say monthly charge? What if it said what's the annual cost? Then would you have been done? If it would have said annual, then you would have been done. But since it said monthly, what's 6,600 divided by 12? Okay. So as far as the monthly fee, we're at $550. So thinking about all the different stuff that we had yesterday, yesterday we were talking about building rental. Now I'm going to have somebody come in and clean my stuff for me or do whatever. Remember the monthly rental. Now all of a sudden we've got a monthly cleaning fee. All those are bills. And obviously as the business owner, if you can't pay your bills, you end up closing your store. Okay? So keep that in mind. This has nothing to do with obviously any of your salaries and anything else that you're going to pay out. Okay? Is everybody okay with how we're figuring this stuff out? All right. So on page 613, 1 through 11.